So far, we have looked at the text of the book in great detail. We looked at adjectives and pronouns. Now it's time to take a step back. We are zooming out and we are looking at the text as a whole. So our learning challenge is to identify themes. Themes are major ideas that appear in the book. So, the boy, the mole, the fox and the horse. Now, this story is a bit infuriating, isn't it? There is no beginning, middle and end. So, where do we start to look for themes? Let's have a think. What I want you to do is write down the 3 things that spring to your mind when you think about this story. Just write them down and put them away for a moment. Next job we are going to do is look at the story again. So if you have the book, read it again, or you could watch the YouTube video. As you watch it, I want you to take notes. I want you to write down the words that spring out of the book at you, and also words that get repeated, and just make rough notes. These are the notes I've made. You know I love taking notes. So all over the place, as I was listening to the story and I could hear the ones that get repeated, I would circle them so that I know these are found in the story over and over and over again. So have a go and write your own. Right, so now you should have a good bank of words. Let's think. Which are the ones that spring to mind the most? Now I know for most of you, and myself included, the first one is cake. There's a nice slice of cake. Shall we call it chocolate cake? Some nice Maltesers on top. Cake is discussed a lot in the book. Next word I found that our characters talk about a lot is home. Another word that is repeated often, and I think it's the most repeated word in our text, is love. Well, I'm going to have a look and see what else is in my notes. It could be mine are different to yours, but I'll just give you the examples I found. I found there is a lot of hello, there's a lot of talk about traveling and a long way to go, so I will write this down. A long way to go. I have also found the characters talking about being ordinary or extraordinary. Or the boy at some point says, he has nothing interesting to say. I found there is a lot of hugging. And an idea of us three, friendship. There are also an awful lot of questions being asked. There is talk about kindness, might put it there with friendship. And there is a lot of talk about fear, being scared. Now, also in our text, the characters have accidents. They fall into water and somebody has to come to their help. So I will put accidents just to remind me. Help. So our characters help each other. And another note I have made is about being strong and being weak, unless I've done this already. So strength and weakness. Another thing that jumps out of the text at me is where our characters are. They are what they call, they're in the wild, aren't they? And they're traveling through nature. That could be another theme for our story. Do you think we would have had the same kind of story if our characters travelled through a city? So all these ideas that keep getting repeated in your text could be said that are themes. They get repeated. So the author is trying to give you an idea of kindness, of friendship, of helping people, of not being scared, being strong. Now go back to those 3 words that I asked you to remember before you even started reading the text again. I bet cake was one of them. Possibly love and home. So I would argue that these are the 3 main themes of the book. Now, of course, cake cannot be just cake. What is cake for you? I'll tell you what is cake for me, apart from, satisfying my greediness. Cake is all about comfort. The good things in life. So I'll put it the good life. Feeling happy. Think of home. Are our characters travelling to a physical home? Are they trying to find a building? What is home for us? Again, home gives us comfort, makes us feel safe. Makes us be our true selves. Love. Does love need explaining? Really, if we live and love, we are our true selves. We are true to ourselves. Do you think we are beginning to narrow down our search for a theme? Comfort, happiness, and our true selves. Have a think. Now that you know and understand the book better, it is time to write a blurb or a book review, something like an Amazon review that will encourage people to buy the book or discourage them if you did not enjoy it. Now we have a book review or a blurb. Now what is the difference between them? Now the blurb really has to advertise your book to a prospective buyer. So your blurb will have to be positive. This is an amazing book. You will be drawn to the illustrations and so forth. Now, a book review, it does not always have to be positive. So have a good think and be honest with yourselves. Did you really like this book? What did you like about it? Or did this book drive you crazy? But I want you to use examples. Or you could say, I mostly like this book, but I didn't enjoy this feature. So let's have a quick look at some features this book has. So, illustrations, they were quite unusual, weren't they? No clear beginning, middle and end. Characters. All the sayings we had in the book. We call them affirmations because they are positive messages. I'm sure you're going to think more. Shall we put cake? Let's put cake. Cake. So have a good think. Are these positive or negative things? It could be you enjoyed the illustrations or you hated them. They look like scribbles. It could be you loved this crazy scheme of starting the book wherever you like. Or it could be it drove you crazy. That's not a book. It has no clear beginning, middle and end. Did you like the characters? We all love them all. Oh, really? I know some of you did not like the boy. So it could be that wasn't for you. The affirmations, all these positive messages, do you think they can help people? Yes, that helped me. Or, do you know what? I don't need you to lecture me. No thanks. And what about cake? Do you like the cake? Or cake, what nonsense. I believe in healthy eating. Why is he talking about cake all the time? So use these features to write a good review, but a good review that you will create. But please give examples. So I did not enjoy the illustrations because to me they looked like random circles being drawn. I liked the fact that there was no beginning, middle and end, because it means I can open the book anytime I like and any place I like and still enjoy it, and so forth. I love to read your reviews, so have fun.